Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled, the game that teaches us that Merwin just can't catch a break. He really can't. Anyways, let's just hop right in. And I almost cry again. I don't know which one this is. Rhoun wasn't at it. Oh, it's Rhoun's. Rhoun wasn't at his usual station when we arrived, so our plans are revised to leaving a message and returning to my room. Doc takes his time matching my pace as he nervously checks his monitor. Reports or something. I think Tyr finally managed to send more than a text. I'm surprised they have that kind of issue here, but with that thing in the basement, I guess a few technical issues are to be expected. I think it's like mostly the same. We don't talk much. I think enough has been said. Well, not really. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to rationalize what happened down there. He knows it too. Even though I feel like he has just as many questions as I do. Doc checks his monitor one last time before ushering us into an elevator. And we head up and out. Okay. You know what? We are almost there. My attention is divided between Discord and this, and now I'm just going to focus my undivided attention on it. So let me adjust my mic, my levels, and there we go. Doc checks his monitor one last time before ushering us into an elevator, and we head up and out. Don't ruin my attention span, it's already ruined. It's called I have ADHD. Ah, fuck! Ow! Ow! My fucking elbow! Ow! Oh, where? Where's the shiny thing? I can't wait to explain this all for a third time today. Apparently the consequences of my actions are hitting my elbow against my fucking microphone stand. Apparently that's the consequences of my actions. No, it'll be nice to see Rhoun again. I wonder what meeting he was in anyways. He didn't tell me about it or anything. I mean, I don't think he did. Girly, my toes already suffer enough. Oh shit, wait, I was out for like a whole day. Something probably came up during that time. It's fine. They have their own thing to take care of. Still, considering that they couldn't be reached, it must have been really important. I wonder if it has something to do with, Tucker? Huh? We've arrived. Oh, so we have. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, after this morning, I wouldn't blame you if... No, I'm not. I know I'm kinda a mess right now. I just need... more sleep? Fuck, I don't even know at this point. Is Rhoun finally coming? I believe so. Good. He looks worried but seemingly unsure as to what to do. I try to straighten myself to assure them I don't think it works. I'm not just going to fall over, you know. Sorry, thanks for this morning. I don't think I would have made it out without you. So, thanks for, that. He lets out a small laugh. Of course, Tucker. We're all here for you. It's not just Rhoun. I smile and sigh, finally putting my weight against a wall, sliding down and relaxing on the floor. I think they're worried I've collapsed for a moment. I did just say I wouldn't fall over. But actually, they seem more curious than anything. What's up? You know, I'm aware that you lost your phone, but did you lose your terminal key as well? What do you mean? If you have your room key, wouldn't you rather rest inside? On a bed, perhaps? Making perfect eye contact, I stand up, brushing myself off before turning to the door. It's been a morning, huh? Throwing my coat aside, I flop on the bed. I'm surprised, though, when he follows me in. I'm shocked he's comfortable enough to walk into Rhoun's room like this. I know they all kinda know each other, but I've barely been able to see them interact for almost a week now. Do you think you'll be okay until he shows up? Probably not, but then again, I feel like I should wash off and he doesn't need to be around for that. I think I'm just gonna try and get cleaned up, so don't feel like you have to stick around. Are you sure? Yeah, no, really, well, I'm not trapped in some weird labyrinth being chased by a monster anymore, so, like, all things considered, I'm doing much better. Tucker. No, alright. They turn to leave, and my heart almost jumps out of my chest. I can't stop myself as I lurch forwards. Thank you for today. Snapping up their paw, my hand betrays as I begin to shake. Of course, Tucker. I'll be in the hallway until Rhoun shows up, so if you need something, just call for me. And just know that my room's always down the hall, if you need me. Leaning down, he reaches around and rubs my back before a wide grin appears on his maw. Everything will be alright, he says. And I try to believe it. The door bursts open and a very worried Karen comes creeping in. Rhoun? Is that you? He stands in the doorway, backlit from the lights outside. Where have you been? Hobbling forwards, he makes his way inside, standing before me. I really don't know. Oh, well, are you okay? I really don't know. I press my head into his chest. His jacket rubs against my face as I feel his arms run around my back, pulling me in. It's a faint thing, non-committal almost, but anything to remind me that he's here is enough. I was worried. I know. I'm sorry. Doesn't cut it, but I am. I know. Mechanical arm or not, he's oh so gentle, only letting go as he feels me backing off slightly. He rubs his paws together and worriedly looks me over. Sorry I couldn't come get you. Oh, hiyo, welcome. Don't worry about being late. Actually, how old is Rhoun? What happened last route? Merowyn happened. We're down bad. Well, I'm down bad. But granted, it does not take a lot for me to be down bad for someone. He's 32? Last update, we fucked around and then we found out. That's the gist. 25 was Tucker's age. Honestly, if Rhoun is 30 plus, that's a plus in my book. Sorry I couldn't come get you. It's okay, Rhoun. Really. I've had a bad morning. Do you want to talk about it? No. Yes. Well, I'm here for you, bud. You want to sit down? I nod and he gestures to my bed, as his is somehow even more of a mess. I feel like if any of them are 40, it's Merowyn. I sit down and he pauses before taking a seat next to me. So, how was the professor's office? I can't help but laugh as he tries to break the mood. At least, I think that's what that was. Pretty bad. Right. Can you at least tell me what's wrong? I want to help you, Tucker, but I really don't know how. I don't know either anymore. Are you old if you're almost 30? No, actually. I feel like, and this is my thing, I feel like there's no such thing as, or rather, there is such a thing as getting old, but I feel like that's more of like a construct than anything. Just don't say you're old, say you're, getting a patch release. Or some shit. Just like, I don't know. In your prime. Your mental age is still 16 to 18. My guy, my mental age is fucking 16. That is my mental age. Although I have done a lot of growing, I feel like, since I was 16. Which, keep in mind, wasn't that long ago. Just call it maturing. Just call it maturing and then go about your day. Okay. I can't imagine that's the answer he wanted to hear. He's still fidgeting, rubbing his paws together, and barely making eye contact with me. Oh, shit. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. He's still fidgeting, rubbing his paws together and barely making eye contact with me. Is he? Fuck, right. The last time we talked, I wasn't exactly kind to him. But that's not my fault. No, it really is my fault. I got lost in the tunnels. I'm sorry, I tried to use what you taught me, but I messed up. Why were you down there at all, bud? That place is hard to navigate for new recruits. I thought I made that clear. I don't know why I was there. A reply a bit louder than intended. I see his eyes widen as he does his best not to flinch. I'm not angry, he's not angry, he's just scared. Of me. Maybe. Rhoun, are you okay? Me? You're the one who got all messed up this morning. Well, I know, but you're... Well, I just don't know how to help you, Tucker. I want to, really, but I don't know what to do. I don't have this kind of experience, and I don't know how to help people like Merwin, or does it even... Rhoun. Reaching out, and for lack of a better word, I pet his arm. Its slightly coarse outer fur belies the gentle touch of a second layer. He flinches but doesn't pull away. Rhoun. I'm scared, Tucker. Of me? No. But I am scared for you. I thought things might be easier now, might be better for you. And then, well, all this happened. I am too, Rhoun, which is why I'd really like to talk to you. Are you, Tucker? Scared? Mad? I am, but not at you. Not of you. He looks over, and I can see now a slight bloodshot creeping into his eyes. Lack of sleep, crying, stress, all of the above. I promise, Rhoun, The right words elude me. All I can hear is the faint melody of static. I reach out, placing my hand on his thigh. I'm so sorry, Rhoun. It's okay, Tucker. You don't have to do this. I do! I do. Nothing that happened that night was your fault. None of this is your fault. I gesture vaguely around the room. I shouldn't have yelled. I shouldn't have... I tried to fix it, you know. Huh? Your monitor. I spent some time trying to figure it out. Void, I spent a lot of time just trying to get it open. Rhoun. Because I know what it means to you, Tucker. Not being able to go home. Not being able to even think of home. It's cold here, Tucker. And I'm starting to think I don't like the cold. Okay, that did not have to hit as hard as it did. That... I came here for fun times. I did not ask for these emotions. I did not ask for these emotions. I don't appreciate these emotions, these feelings. I don't appreciate this. I'm fucking crying right now. I don't appreciate these feelings. I don't appreciate these feels. Those words stabbed me in the heart. Rhoun, please, for the love of all that is holy, do that shit again. He fumbles with his paws, his synthetic fingers twitching slightly erratically in his grasp. I have no words, I never learned the right ones. I don't know how to think. I've never needed to. But I can act. Leaning in, I place my arms around him, resting my head on his shoulder. The stilt in his breath relaxes before a hand grasps my forearm. Prosthetic paw or not, it's the same carrying. His thumb makes small circles in my flesh, and I hear something I hadn't realized how much I've missed. The sound of his tail wagging gently against the sheets. I squeeze tight before letting go, only barely being able to face him. I don't want you to be afraid of me. Is that his new name, Trucker? I don't want to be afraid of you. If I yell again, you can throw me off the highest level in the maintenance hub. I don't want to do that either. I figured. I start kneading my fists together until I feel a very similar paw on my leg. It's okay, Tucker. I'm alright. I'm sorry. And that's why I know that it's okay. Oh. I have to wipe my eyes before looking up at him again. Thank you. Of course, bud. Do you still think you're okay to talk about this morning? Even if I'm not, I think we should. Right. Well... Okay. I take a few deep breaths to clear my mind before speaking up. What did Tyr tell you about it? Dr. Merowyn told me more about it than the professor did, and then still, not much. I just heard that you were lost around the lower decks and pretty badly hurt. He said that you were confused and said that you were seeing things. What happened, Tucker? I wish I knew! I woke up in a haze and decided to go for a walk. To the lower decks. No, I really wanted to go to Merowyn's office. Were you already hurt? You know he lives right next door, right? Rhoun. Sorry. I can't help but laugh as I continue. No, I just figured since I've been there so many times, I'd know the way by now. And I thought I was going the right way, but I think I ended up in an elevator? It felt like something was drawing me down towards that labyrinth down there. What? It's not really a labyrinth. It's really more of an interconnected series of... I mean, guess that's an okay way to put it. Even kind of has its own minotaur, honestly. Anyways, there was something down there. Like a carrion? Not really. It was some awful mockery of form, something that I'd only seen before in my dreams. What does that mean? I don't really know. I had forgotten about it, honestly, but it was like in some of my dreams I've been forgetting. So you've been having memory loss issues? That's serious, Tucker. Why didn't you tell me about... oh, right. Trust me, bud. I would have, but I only realized today that this has been happening. It's like seeing that thing jogged my memory. You've never heard of anything like this, yeah? You haven't, right? Well, I don't want to, downplay what happened to you, but I know that hallucinations can be a possible side effect of, post-traumatic stress disorder. And you've been through so much already. Tucker, it's not impossible. How would he... He cups his paws together. A low whine comes from his mechanical wrist as he clicks in place. But Merwin also said you were hurt, and I've never heard of a hallucination ever hurting anyone. Well, not physically, at least. Well, most of that might have been my fault. I was so caught up in running away from the thing, I tripped over some of the wires and stuff down there. A few times. I would just like to say that it's not my department's job to clean up on those levels, and I am in no way responsible for any personal injury. Jesus, Rhoun. What? Rhoun, I wasn't blaming you. Oh, thank the eye. Sorry, force of habit. Pff, okay. But yeah, I got a bit banged up. There were so many loose wires. Maybe I should see if I can get in there and clean some of it up. Heh. Don't worry about it too much, but I really don't plan on going back. Right, but, this thing down there, was that all you saw? I think so, but it was less of what I saw and more of what I thought? You might have to explain that to me, bud. Right. It kind of spoke to me, but not aloud. It was like, in my head. What'd it say? Well, I forgot. Again. I remember they were like poems. Something about rain, I think. I miss rain. But that's serious, bud. Do you think you should go see Dr. Merwin? He's probably just in his lap right now. If you want to go, I can take you. Rhoun, check your messages. Huh? I don't see how that... He mutters to himself as he reads what I can only assume is the schedule for my appointment tomorrow. His mouth curls into a slant as he realizes what he's missed. Well, that solves that, I guess. But that's good, yeah? I'm sure Merwin can figure something out for you. It's suspicious to me. Suspicious? I don't know. When I was down there with Tyr, he started getting antsy when I was explaining my symptoms. It was like he knew what was wrong but wouldn't say why. He even started getting defensive when I asked about it. That's weird, right? You're weird, Tucker. I mean, in theory. He's probably just worried about you. Seriously, it doesn't strike you at all as a bit strange. And, hey, don't call me weird. I don't know, bud. The professor has always been very eccentric when it comes to certain things. I've only worked with him a few times before you came here, and I wasn't in the room to see it either. I believe you if you're saying he was acting off, but that doesn't mean he's doing anything wrong. Besides not telling the crew about the experimental engine running the whole ship. I won't even try to defend that. I'm sure a lot of it is pressure from Soknos, though. They've been ramping things up recently, a lot more than I'm used to. What do you mean? We've been working for a while now trying to get the station's power grid back to where it should be. But recently they've wanted us to work twice as fast. Do you think it's because of that crew that's coming? Tyr wouldn't tell me anything about them. Probably. He looks off and rubs his arm. It's not surprising that he'd know about as much as I do when it comes to all the higher-up stuff. Still, it feels wrong that he's in the dark. Rhoun? Yeah? What do you know of the Maron? Haven't I told you that already? It's not much, and you were there when Merwin told us about it. Why? Tyr decided to let me ask him about it, not that I could if he was telling the truth. I just wanted to run it by you to see if any of it made sense. I'll do my best. What did he say? Well, honestly, not a lot. He told me about what it does, and a bit of its history, but it's what he wouldn't tell me that worries me. He barely told me what he does with it, and he wouldn't tell me where it came from. He said it predates Soknos, but that might have been the only useful fact. That would mean the project's been going on since before the Icoriot incident. It's not impossible. I know that Tyr was stationed there as well, so... It's a strange thing, Tucker, even more so now that you're here. And that crew is coming to check on it. Doesn't make any of this less strange. Haven't you worked on it before? I thought you said you got close to it once. Did I? I've been in the room where it's housed, but I don't think it was active at the time, and I definitely wasn't working on it directly. No one outside of the professor's team even knows how it works at all. I mean, you have some idea though, right? From working on all these grids and, junctions? Breakers. But not really. I only know where the power goes, not where it comes from. Like I said, I've never even been within, like, 20 floors of it when it's fully powered on. I'm sorry, but I know that it's a lot. I wasn't happy to learn about it either. Is there anything I can do to help? You could find a way to turn it off? The Maron? I don't think the backup generators would be able to keep the ship afloat for long before we start descending into Novail's orbit. The decay would take off the bottom layers, and then we'd have no chance of... Rhoun, I was kidding. Also, the gravity would go offline, and that might be just as bad. Yeah, and here I thought you liked floating out in space. I do. But most of my crew isn't trained, remember? And it would be just as bad trying to teach them in here as it would out there. If they could even make it to work, that is. Aw, and here I imagined you floating around all helpless. I'm actually quite graceful. Thank you. Either way, I bet it'd be pretty cute. I try and cut myself off with no avail. He blushes and rubs his arm. Smooth. Well, I guess I'm glad we've agreed not to turn it off then. Yeah. Yeah. I give him the best fake smile I can to try and diffuse the tension, and I think it works. Until it doesn't. My brow furrows as his jaw slowly starts to gape. Turning to me, he crawls over, placing his face a foot away from mine. You okay, bud? Tucker, can you open your mouth again? Why? As I go to respond, a furry paw grabs my jaw, gently keeping it open. His synthetic arm reaches up to my lip, pushing it up before... Rhoun? Rhoun, are you okay? He's half slumped in my lap. I pat his face, trying to get him to sit up. What happened? Did he lose his balance all of a sudden? I wedge my way out from under him and manage to stand next to the bed. Is he? He's out cold! Rhoun? I gently slap his face a few times, trying to elicit any reaction. Panicking, I wind up for a real alarm bell of a slap before... What was it? His eyes spring open and he sits himself up. Are you okay? I think you just fainted. Rhoun... Did you lose a fucking tooth? First Rhoun swear. First Rhoun swear. Did you lose a fucking tooth? Oh yeah. That also happened this morning. Are you serious? Tucker, that's not funny! What happened? I told you. When I was running away from that thing, I tripped a bunch of times. Must have knocked it loose then. I was so out of it that it barely hurt when I pulled it out. Forget I said that part. But look, I still have it. I was thinking maybe Doc could, like, reattach it. One look at the bloody incisor and he's ready to faint again. Fortunately, he catches himself, but I should have thought about that ahead of time. By the eye, Tucker. You shouldn't have... There's no chance that your tooth is just gonna, you know, grow back. Unless my exposure to the Maron turned me into a mutant. Probably not. Oh, why don't you think Doc can do it? Dr. Maron is a fantastic surgeon, but I don't think he has much experience working on humans. Let alone that our medicine might kill you outright. Anyways, he'd probably just give you a metallic tooth or something. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Damn. I go and put the tooth back in my pocket and Rhoun sighs. Please don't carry around bloody pieces of yourself, Tucker. Aw, but that's my favorite activity. You're going to give me a heart attack. Did I say favorite activity? I meant least favorite activity. Here you go, Rhoun. I'm throwing away my bloody finger that I removed to give to you. I'm throwing it away now. Do you want our heart? Well, apparently, surgically removing our heart is a no-go for him, so let's just throw that away. I'm just kidding, of course, we love him. No promises. Hey, Rhoun, I appreciate that you could come and get me this morning, but, do you still have to get back to work today? I'd hate to keep you from that. Get to work, Tucker. I haven't even been able to get to my office yet today. I thought you were in a meeting this morning. I was. A work meeting. It was. So... It was on the upper floors. I wasn't really prepared for it. This is actually one of the first times I met her properly. Met who? No. Rhoun, did you meet with the captain? Yeah, I got up this morning and, along with finding your bed empty, I saw that I had a meeting scheduled all of a sudden. So it didn't, leave me much time to prepare. Are you okay? Oh, I think it went fine. She didn't ask much of me, and I actually managed to, respond to her once or twice. What did she want? She wanted to make sure that my team was up to date on everything that needed to get done before the Soaknos crew arrives, and... Did she tell you anything about them? Sorry. No, nothing more than you know. I didn't even know they'd be arriving so soon until you told me. I think if anyone would know, though, she'd definitely know who's coming. Otherwise, she asked how you were doing, which I didn't have a good answer for. If you have to go in and explain to her that you're not dead, that was my fault. Sorry. It's okay. She'll do what she wants. But hey, good job. Uh-huh. You said you spoke to her, right? Last time we saw her, you couldn't get a word in at all. So this is an improvement, yeah? The last time? He grumbles to himself as he covers his eyes with his paws. I didn't realize he was that embarrassed about that. Well, just be glad you weren't there, or you might not be giving me such praise. I'm sure you did great, bud. His tail wags gently behind him as I smile and stare back. An idea floats behind his eyes before he looks around and gets up. I just remembered that I have something for you, if you still want it. He doesn't wait for me as he gets up and heads over to his desk. He digs through the mound of spare parts, knocking some off in the process before coming back. I know that you, might not want this anymore, but I still think you should have it. What do you mean? I see in his palm, my phone, screen as cracked as ever. I think he tried to use tape to fix it. Oh. I spent a few marks trying to fix this for you. I was able to get it open, and I think I'm starting to figure out some of the basics of how it works. But I'm nowhere near close to figuring out how to repair it. I did test a monitor, though, and that part works just fine. So if you ever feel like messaging me or Merwin, or someone, well, you can do that. Tentatively reaching out, I don't grab it at first, but I relent and pull it from his paw. Being able to message him and the others is really something I shouldn't limit myself from doing. I rub my thumb over the shattered screen. Rhoun, you didn't have to do this. Thank you. Of course. I know without it I wouldn't even be able to speak to him right now. And it has been worth it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt to think about. I open up my monitor, quietly noting that the UI has changed to a recognizable green, and notice the time. When do you think you're gonna have to go, bud? I'm gonna go? Are you not coming with me today? After the morning I've had? Oh, right. Well, soon. Will you be okay here by yourself? I think so. It's nothing like being alone in the tunnels below, but still, it's not preferable. Yeah, I'll be fine. He looks unconvinced. I could always tell Kess to take over for the day and they'd be fine with it. I find that hard to believe. No, really, Rhoun, it's okay. I say and try harder to believe. I have a few more minutes. Maybe I could... He snaps open his monitor and starts blazing through some menus. Both hands working in sync to find what he wants. You said that Soaknos will be here in 3 days? That's what Tyr said, at least. Well, it should only take a day or so to finish up preparations for them. And once my team is prepped on what the captain gave me, I should have some time off before they get here. Would you like to maybe do something together? What do you mean? Don't we work together? Like, I was saying that I could take a day off, maybe, and we could go somewhere. Together. Oh, really? Do you think that'd be okay? Sure, I think I can find time for a day, but it has to be before that crew gets here, just in case. Well, that'd be awesome, Rhoun. Did you have anything in mind? I can see the attentiveness in his eyes vanish as he goes deep into thought. I decided to let him think. His ideas in the past have been... well, I've caused enough trouble for him today, I'll just let him pick something. It doesn't take him too long to come back to reality with an almost worryingly large grin on his face. I have the perfect place. Yeah, what is it? I'm not going to tell you. You'll see. I promise you'll like it, though. I'm pretty sure, at least. Okay, I trust ya. It's a plan. What is going on with me this morning? Well, I should get going, Tucker. Do you need anything before I go? Do you think I could get some breakfast somehow? I don't think I've eaten anything for a day now. Right, I don't have time to get something for you, but I'll send someone up to get it for you. Is that okay? I nod as he gets up and prepares to head out. Okay, I'll send a message now. Stay safe, and let me know if you need anything. Yeah, I'll message you, okay? Of course. Bye? Bye, Rhoun. He stumbles to give me a quick pat on the side before rushing out, tail wagging the whole way. And with that, he's gone. He has a little stuffed wolf, and that is adorable. Thanks. It's going okay. Milo dropped a circuit on the ground, and we spent half a mark looking for it, only to realize it fell in his uniform. So we're not really on pace, but I think Kess is getting a good amount done on their own. You didn't need to know all of that. It's going okay. I'll bring dinner back for both of us when I get off, okay? And his warmth, his soft voice, and oh god, his dense fur and his cute ears, and... Surely that's the best. I'll just sit here and not think about I mean, Karen. We have a crush. OMG, hi, bot. Hi, bot. I'm gonna ban you now. If my computer lets me. Fucking... Oh, thank you, Amethyst. Thank you, Amethyst. Thank you for banning the bot. We appreciate you. My eyes go wide as I see Rhoun looming above me, and my mind instantly goes back to what happened before I lay down. Why is he frowning? Does he know? And wait, did he say something? Sorry, did you say something? Yeah, do you think you can get up? Yeah, 1 second. Is it dinner time already? Dinner? Tucker, it's the 9th mark. Like, in the morning? He nods. What the fuck happened? When I got back last night, you were already asleep. I didn't want to wake you, so I just ate by myself. There's leftovers if you want them, though. I slept through the whole night? Shit. Probably for the best, though. Why did you get me up then? Ah, shit. You have that thing with Doc, right? I think. The message says that you should be at his office in 2 marks. Then why'd you wake me up now, bud? Because I still have to go to work. Oh, right, sorry. It's fine, I just didn't want you waking up and be alone. Speaking of... Yeah... I got a message this morning when I woke up. Apparently someone is coming to walk you to his office. Really? I think so. I guess it's reasonable after what happened yesterday, but still. Alright, I guess. It's not because we don't trust you, Tucker. We're just worried. I turn away and pout. Well, either way, after this, you'll have a day off, so don't worry too much. Yeah, I guess. I'll make sure it's fun. I promise. I did okay last time, right? He's smiling, but I can see he's genuinely worried whether he did a good job or not. Yeah, you did. See? But okay, I gotta go now. See you after work, okay? Yup. He smiles and offers a shaky wave, but I can see his tail wagging as he heads out. Oh, hi, Tew. Our Lord and Savior Noche isn't here, and that is sad. The shortest carrion yet. Is that Doc's assistant? Taking Tucker's blood, what do you mean? Yeah, and you suck at that. Give it to me. You have methines that still need to be calibrated. Let me do the remedial nonsense. Pater, you really shouldn't. Give it to me, Theno. Come on, this is going to take all day of this. He looks like he wants to disagree, but instead his mouth twists and contorts, leaving only empty words before sighing. Okay. So little thing. I, like 45 minutes ago, literally 45 minutes ago, I published a fan fiction about those two. Quite literally, 45 minutes ago, I published a fan fiction on AO3 about these two, and God damn. Letting go of my arm and getting up from his stool, he walks over and hands him the device. Doc? Oh, I'm so sorry, Tucker. This is my assistant, Dr. Pater. Assistant Director Dr. Verison Pater. Thank you. He helps run everything around here, and he's more than qualified to help with these tests. Just as he's qualified to calibrate the machines. Sorry, Doc. I don't quite have the touch for it like you do. I don't even understand how you figured out how to set them up for alien biology anyways. Didn't you read the report? We went over most of it together. Yes, and I've reread it 3 times now. Thoroughly. And I'd need to reread it about 10 more times before I can do it as fast as you can. Now, let me handle this and you can have him back when I'm done with him. If he's too much of a handful, Tucker, just let me know. It won't happen. I'm the best assistant you've ever had. Doc curses under his breath as he lumbers away. Are all of my Guardian's assistants like this? Pater goes about double-checking all the tools before turning to me, hiking up a stool a few times to be more on level. Introductions aside, I'll do my best to take care of you here. I just like giving Dr. Seno a hard time. He winks and continues. Paw, please. Your hand. Whatever you'd like to call it. Don't be difficult. I know you can understand us. We have a long day to get through and I don't want to waste it on the remedial shit. Still a bit nervous, I look to see if I can maybe call Doc back, but he's already neck deep in some wires across the room. And I think Pater notices. Look, scary needles too much, we can do that later, okay? Is he serious? I guess that'd be okay. I give him a short nod and he seems to follow well enough. Figures you'd be afraid of the thing if Merwin is the only one working on you. Huh? What? He's a fantastic doctor, but that doesn't mean he's great at everything. And quite frankly, he sucks at phlebotomy. Ha! I think his paws are too big for the damn thing, really. But don't worry too much, I'll take care of you. Something slower, yeah? Let's start with your blood pressure, and maybe I can introduce myself, okay? How's that sound? I nod. Great. I still need your arm, though. Laying out my arm for him, he gently applies a band to it, only for it to get tighter and tighter. Never in all my years in training did I think I'd be working on an alien. At least you don't have tentacles or something. I mean, I could. Have you checked? I'm sure whatever you just said was hilarious, but please don't move so much while I'm trying to check your vitals. Sorry. He laughs under his breath and continues the test. Anyways, titles aside, I feel like you should at least know some of my resume. I am not simply Merwin's assistant, although that is a role I take very seriously. I'm also the head of the pathology and pharmacology department, so I'm something of an accomplished doctor myself. It doesn't leave me much time to spare, though, so I'm usually bouncing between this lab and my own. Hold this, please. He hands me some device as he scans a nearby monitor. Seems good so far. It's a shame there weren't more of you scurrying about. It's been really hard to tell if we're doing anything right. Oh, you know what I mean. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get a baseline for any of these numbers with just one test sample? It's basically impossible. You should think the void that Merwin's as much of a genius as he is, even if he's probably making it up as he goes. Pater, I can hear you, you know. Oh, I know, Theno. Doc grumbles again before sticking his head back into the side of another machine. Really, though, he's working himself ragged trying to make sure he'll be okay. And you will, so be thankful for that. I don't doubt him. Although I kinda also figure that's normal for him. Still, it doesn't go unappreciated. Maybe I'll thank him for it later. Alright, almost done here. Do you mind disrobing some? I'd like to check your wounds. It can just be your jacket and shirt if you're worried. Obliging, I remove my top, slightly shivering already as the air covers my exposed back. Yeah, it's basically gone already. Glad to see Weaver's work on you if anything were to happen again. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, though. Alright, deep breath in. I feel a stethoscope of some kind on my back as I take in a cold breath. Sounds like what Rhoun explained. Have you had any other persistent issues? Well? Oh, right. Yeah, you seem fine enough. Just a few more things to go through here. Could you hold on a minute? He scurries off and searches through some drawers for something as I put my shirt back on. Walking back, he seems to have some gauze of some kind in his paw. Here, wrap a bit of this around your finger. We can run 2 tests at once. Did he not do this with you already? It's a simple test, really. I want to test your jaw strength. You put some gauze on your finger, and I'll measure how damaged it is. Also, it's a good way to collect a saliva sample without those nasty swabs. This sounds strange, but he'd know better after all. Wrapping a small bit around my pointer finger, I go in for the kill, and... Hey, back straight, head to the side. Huh? I need to be able to see your teeth. It's not that hard, come on. Eyes forward 2, then on 3, okay? Still very confused, I nod along. Great. 1, 2, 3. And I bite down on my finger, enough to leave some marks in the gauze. With a gap, of course. Now, hand that over, we're almost done here. He snatches it from my hand before reviewing a nearby monitor. He's surprisingly diligent. But I guess I really shouldn't expect less from Rhoun's assistant. I really didn't expect the attitude, though. Doc's never brought that up before. I guess he's just used to it, but still. It seems like most of the assistants around here have some eclectic personality. What does that say about me? Maybe I'm overthinking things. Doctor, you almost done over there? Yes, just a few more minutes. If you're done, just entertain each other. I don't get paid to be a jester, Theno! I disagree. Pater grumbles under his breath before pulling out his personal monitor. Seems similar to the one Milo was carrying, albeit with less charms. So, how do you like the station? Right. Yes or no questions? Are you enjoying yourself here? As much as you can, I suppose. I want to say no after yesterday, but he doesn't have to be drawn into that. I nod and he seems to disarm a bit. Oh, that's good. Things can get busy here, but it can be quite nice. Company's good, I hope. If you've met Rhoun, though, I can't say things get much better. Most of the Karen here prefer to stay to themselves, not that I can blame them. I doubt half of them could converse with a wall. That's neither here nor there, sorry. Now I'm just talking about my personal gripes. These kinds of things happen when you are forced to skip breakfast! He shouts. I told you when you had to be here. It's not my fault you didn't plan ahead. Yeah, that's a lot easier coming from you. I laugh as I hear Doc grumble under his breath for the second time today. I can't stand a little I see that man eat. But hey, more portions for me. I hope they're feeding you well, though. You seem a bit skinny. I nod, rubbing my arm. They are feeding you, right? Bit nervous, I give a non-committal hand gesture. Theno! What are we feeding the alien? You can't go and break now, Pater. I'm almost done. Not what I asked! Is it documented somewhere? It's in his personal file. You should have access. Oh man, I bet that's a mess of a document. Pater rolls over to one of the monitors and starts typing away. And I can tell pretty quickly he's not happy with what he's seeing. Is that it? Marrow, is there more? More? What do you mean more? I mean more! Ugh. 1 second, Tucker. He hops off his stool and quickly disappears behind the equipment, shrouding Rhoun. Oh, hello there, Are you trying to starve him as Dai could barely feed a child? What? He's half our size. Maybe he's half your size, but he needs to be eating more. At least something with more nutrients. Fucking cut oats and salad? Theno. He can have soup too. Been busy. Anyways, he's already had an allergic reaction to a few things, and we're lucky he came out of that with a minor case. We can't risk anything here. Letting him slowly starve isn't better. You're overreacting. I'm really not. If you want to put some time into it, please be my guest. But I can't do much while managing this project for Soknos. Pater, don't be difficult about this. I'll be happy about it when I know what's actually going on, okay? Are we almost done here? Just about. Good. He comes back over and I can't help but find myself sitting awkwardly. Wait. He'd yell at his boss? For me? That's kind of him. I get the feeling he just likes yelling at Doc, though. Sorry about that. I see I have to take care of everything around here. Once we get some results here, I can probably start a list of prospective foods for you. Whether or not we can get you to eat it is another question. In any case, there's always dietary supplements. Pills or tablets, something like that. It's not really the best solution, but if your tests do end up showing signs of deficiency since last time, we can at least fix that. Oh, thank you, Pater. Without your understanding, he still grins and finishes some write-ups on his monitor. Rhoun finally comes back over as well, seemingly done on his end. Well, how was it? It was fine. He could have sat still more, but it was fine. Trust me, Tucker, coming from him, that's a compliment. Oh, thanks. Alright, well, I'm going to leave you two to this for a while. I've got to go run some tests, but send me whatever data you have and I'll see what I can do. Wait, don't you still have to take my blood? Pater, have you taken a blood sample to test today? Oh, yeah. He pulls a red vial from his coat, leaving me stunned. What? What, confused? You should have seen him, Rhoun. He was gnawing away on his finger like a teething kit. Didn't even feel the needle. What? What about the bite force test? The what? That's not a thing, Tucker. Pater, you lying bitch! This is almost worth waking up at the 6th mark for. Well, I'm going to run these samples. Call me if you need anything. Thank you, Doctor. I'll keep in touch. He takes one last look at my presumably dumbfounded face, scoffs, and heads for the nearest exit. He's kind of a jackass, you know? Oh, definitely. But he's also a fantastic doctor and a good friend. If you say so. Seems nice enough. Besides the whole whatever that was. Although, are you two okay? It got a bit heated there. Oh, that was nothing. You should see him when he's really angry. He's not wrong when it comes to your diet. I really do need to apologize for my lack of progress there. We'll know after today where to focus our efforts in that regard. It's alright, Rhoun, I understand. I'd love some more options, though. Yes, well, I'll see what he comes up with, and if that's not enough, I'll figure something out. Anyway, shall we? Skip button. Clearance? Is that really that secretive? It's less so much a secret and more so just proper procedure. I haven't even told Pater all the specifics yet. Pater's gonna be pissed! Tucker? I think we might have to do part of the scan over again. I see an issue here. What's wrong, Doc? He raises a part of the diagram, pointing to my jaw. Oh, right. Yeah, about that. What? That's, not an error. Tentatively, I smile, pointing out the gap between my teeth. Rhoun leans over, and I watch his eyes narrow in on the wound before going wide with shock. Should I even ask how that happened? I, think you know already. He brings his paws to his face, dragging them down his long muzzle as he lets out a labored sigh. Does it hurt? Your wound. Does it hurt anymore? No, it's okay now, thank you. Well, let me know if it begins. Yeah, I fucking love Rhoun. Hang on. I want to skip ahead. I want to reread one specific part. I'm not holding down skip, but I want to read one specific part. my, fangs come out. Yeah, I want to reread. I don't know what I can do for you, and that worries me. I want to reread one part. This is one of them. This is one of them. Peter, do you hate me? Yes! Yeah, I work out, read up on all the trending practices, eat a balanced diet. I wouldn't call it balanced, Verison. All I've ever heard you talking about is eating meat. Fair, Theno. Maybe I just need to try something a little heavier. Ugh. What kind of meat does he eat? I whisper to Merowyn as Pater cools down. Men. Huh? I'm sorry, perhaps I shouldn't have made that remark. It's not an appropriate conversation for this time. Huh? I thought he was of age for his species. What's got you all in a fuss? Well, sure, but we still haven't spoken much on species dimorphism or sexual preferences compared to reproductive organs, and... He cuts himself off as he notices Pater staring. I like men. I know that. By the void, I wasn't telling you that, I was telling him. Oh, right. Especially big ones. He says in a sultry voice punctuated by biting his lower lip. Stop it. Merowyn replies in a flat tone. I can't say I've really thought about the preferences of the crew. I mean, even if I... That's it. That's all I wanted to read. Because Pater is so fucking funny. Merowyn, listen to me. I'm going to be okay, alright? Otherwise, there isn't much to do today until your guardian finishes their shift. So I'd say we just get this over with. We're going to stop it for the ad when I break from the ads. Gee, I might have to split this up into another part. I might have to. I might actually have to split this up into another part. Any news from Rhoun? Let me check. Rhoun says he's on his way. He'll probably be here after we go over these results. He rests his paw on my shoulder, gently patting it before smiling and turning back to the monitor. It's about the time as well. Rhoun is headed over now to pick you up. Do you have anything you'd like to go over today before departing? I don't think so. But please, let me know if you find anything. I don't know how much I'll be able to help, but if you see something you don't understand, I'd be happy to try. Of course. I awkwardly smile and stand around before looking around the room. Hey, Marrow. I think I'm going to wait outside if that's alright. Realizing I've been in this room all day and it's starting to get to me. Is that alright? Oh, of course. Do you want me to wait with you, or will you be alright? I'm just going to stand next to the door. If I need anything, I'll come back in. Alright, I'll be here if you need me. Thank you for today, really. I know it might have been a bit of a hassle, but I really think this will help both of us in the long run. I mean it. A sudden rush of unwarranted cynicism tears through me, and I wonder if this will help us, or if it will help Tyr, but I keep it to myself. Simply nodding, I head for the door and make my way outside. Okay, we're gonna leave off here tonight, because this update is a lot. I have to stop. Yeah. Well, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.